Water chestnut Huda Cheng Chu is a person. His mother has always believed in Buddhism. Mr. Huda Cheng follows school to study. Go to school will be via the Goddess of Mercy temple. His mother told him that he had to go through the Goddess of Mercy temple worshipping Goddess of Mercy. One day, Huda Cheng came to the Goddess of Mercy temple, saw a young girl led the children hanging around in there playing. The girl's just a hair draped to the neck, looks very nice manners. Huda Cheng was 14 years old, was very fond of her, so he asked her name. The girl smiled and said, "I am the daughter of the west side of ancestral water chestnut coke painters. Why do you ask?" Huda Cheng asked, "There is my husband," she said, blushing. "No." Huda Cheng said, "I'll be your husband." "Okay," the girl said shyly. Zuobulezhu, eyes clear, however, glanced up and down. Huda Cheng, look at the meaning, seems to be happy. Huda Cheng went out from the Goddess of Mercy temple. Girl chasing out far told Huda Cheng, said Choi Seoul is sincere friend of my father, so he matchmaker, not unsuccessful. Huda Cheng said, well, thought the girl intelligent and passionate, the more devotion to her home. Huda Cheng wished to truthfully tells his mother, who mother have only one son, often afraid to go against his wishes. Please go to Cheng Choi Seoul matchmaking. Too much focus bride price to the family, seeing no hope of marriage. Choi Seoul. Huda Cheng strongly commended born innocent and talented painter focused this promised marriage. Huda Cheng, their uncle, old people without children, do school officials in Hubei. His wife died in any of the Huda Cheng mother sent to Hubei funeral. When Huda Cheng is preparing to return to a few months, uncle fell sick and died. Huda Cheng stranded in Hubei province for a long time, a time when marauders occupied Hunan, home audio were cut off. Huda Cheng fell on channeling folk, Xinggang Xiang Dio, lonely tragic. One day, a young lady late 40s, in the village to get the job. The sun has not gone west. She said the war was homeless, put their own to sell. Someone asked her the price, replied too proud to do the people's servant, do not want other people's wives, as long as my mother who had told him, do not bargain. Hear the words of men laughed. Huda Cheng come watch the old lady, much like there are one or two faced between his mother, cannot help but touch your heart, very sad. That she was alone, even a sewing around people who do not, invited the old woman to go home together, like a son to honor her. The old woman very happy for him to cook shoes, like a mother worked hard, not to her mind would accuse him of, and Huda Cheng little bit agony, caring and considerate and to overcome his own son. Suddenly the old lady said, this is very peaceful, but fortunately there is nothing to worry, but you've grown up. Although drifting away, marriage is not among the three do not do 2 days, I want to marry a wife for his son. Huda Cheng cried and said, my son's own daughter, but we were blocked in both the north and south. The old woman said, chaos season, personnel fickle, how can you go the waiting for her? Huda Cheng and cried, do not say married and covenant not abandon, and who are willing to entrust Johnson daughter to a man flee their homes yet? The old woman did not answer. Just as he prepared rule curtains quilt pillows, very complete. I do not know these things, where did you get that from? One day, it was already dark. Old lady warned Huda Cheng, said the candle sitting, do not sleep. I went to see the new wife did not come, just gone out. 3 shift days have passed, the old lady has not come back. Huda Cheng heart is very confused. For a while, I heard noise outside the door, went out and saw a woman sitting in the courtyard, hair disheveled as if Canadensis, not residents cry. Huda Cheng surprised and asked what, and she did not speak. After a long time, then he said, take me to marry, not a blessing, I have only one death. Huda Cheng was shocked, I do not know what reason, and she said, I was born in Huda Cheng a pro. I did not expect. Huda Cheng went to Hubei, news broke, parents forced me, who I married into your family, can be, you get it, mind cannot be changed. Huda Cheng after listening cried and said, I am who water chestnut is you do. After listening to the woman he stopped crying, very surprised and could not believe. Huda Cheng led her into the house, took a candle, carefully looked at, said this is not dreaming, then broke into a smile, telling each other the pain of parting acacia.
After the original war, hundreds of miles from Hunan areas were looted. Coke painter with his family fled to the east of Changsha. Chao Song has accepted the engagement of dowry, not wedding. Hurried retreat. Water Chestnut that evening agreed to Zhou. Water Chestnut cried and refused to freshen up. The family forced her into the car. Go halfway. Water Chestnut Britain down from the car. Their car carrying 4 people came to him, saying that Zhou Ying bride. They tied her on the Water Chestnut coupe sedan fast as fly as this to stop. Annette to Water Chestnut pull into the yard, said this is your husband, just go in, do not you cry. Home mother went to the morning and evening. This left. Huda Cheng asked to understand what was going on. Wake up to reality. This lady was a fairy. Incense couple together praying that mother and son reunited again. Who female martial law since the war, and a fleeing woman went into hiding in the mountains Gyeonggu one night. It was noisy to say marauders came, everyone would be scared stricken in hiding. There is a small boy put a horse to who mother. Who too late mother so he asked, leaning on the shoulders of a small boy's horse. Horse nimble rapidly, then quickly came to the lake, the water Pentium marching horseshoe, hoof microwave out of fashion. Soon, a small boy leaning who mother dismounted, pointing to a family, said here you can live. Who mother wanted to thank, a look back, it turned into a horse golden Buddha how, there are 10 feet tall little boy jumped on the horse, fly away. Who mother hand to knock on doors it opened, ask someone out, whose strange questioning mother's voice is very familiar, a look, turned out to be the son of Huda Cheng. Mother cried. Water Chestnut was awakened, family and joy, and relief. They guess the old lady is a manifestation of the goddess of mercy. Guanyin from chanting sutras learning more and more devout. The family settled in Hubei, also bought land, built a house,